A clinical experience that I'd like to speak about today is about a woman that I cared for last semester. She was in the hospital because she had a chronically dislocated hip. She previously had hip surgery on that same hip and it continued to be dislocated. What I really want to talk about her is that she continuously asked for pain medications. And to me, she looked like she was in a lot of pain. I was able to care for her for 2 different clinical days, and I got to know her a little better. And on the second clinical day, one of the nurses tells me, well, she's been asking for pain meds all night. After I give her the pain meds, she keeps on asking for the pain meds. And I'm thinking to myself, I mean, she's in pain. She probably needs the pain meds. And as I continue to hear the nurse speak, the nurse I noticed that she categorizes her as a drug seeker. And I honestly, I did not have that initial impression. But just because she mentioned it, it kind of made me start thinking that maybe that was the case. So what I would do differently is maybe educate the nurse. Us as nurse can help them with that instead of judging them. Another thing that I would do is I would absolutely advocate for that patient, because I don't know if there are other nurses that felt that way, and maybe she wasn't getting the care that she wanted. She was clearly in a lot of pain and she wasn't getting the attention that she deserved, and she probably suffered for days because of the ignorance of people thinking that she was just seeking extra drugs, that she was not in pain. This particular learning came to me during a harm reduction conference that I went with my clinical group. This harm reduction class spoke about how drugs affect the brain. The receptors change when people use a particular substance for a long period of time for purposes that maybe they weren't there for, or for chronic use. I would say that it really opened my eyes and changed my mindset to people that have substance abuse issues, and I can really appreciate the people that take the time to talk to them and to work with them, and that drug and substance abuse is truly a disease. Initially, it may be a lifestyle for them, but it becomes a disease that they can't get away from, and they're trapped. And our job as healthcare providers is to help them overcome that and not be the judges of them. An article that I found regarding this issue was it was published by the Current Pain and Health Journal. The title was Pain Management of Substance Abuse in the Ambulatory Settings. And this article spoke to this particular setting where you have a patient that is very, you have a patient that needs an increased amount of pain medications because of chronic use of pain medications. And a lot of times people and providers don't know how to manage this pain. This article speaks to how using multiple ways of doing that, as in changing up medications, being aware of cross-tolerance in those particular medications, and also using outpatient setting sources to treat these patients, and not just worrying about their pain management while they're in the hospital under your care.